Just wanted to show you some of the other parts for the freehand system. Most of this is on the lower unit. This is the bottom gudgeon and bolts and a little zinc plate. Notice here that it has a flat bottom, and that's where the bottom of the rod pivots in. Got Delrin washers. This is the middle gudgeon with bolts, and obviously this allows for the rod to pass through. That goes on the knob of your rudder. Then we have the top gudgeon. It fits on the back end of, or the aft end of your rudder with some 4 screws, number 10s, and everything again is with the Delrin washers. This simulates the top of the rod, and it shows you the, move this up a little bit. This shows you the trim tab tiller arm that holds the clutch. And the clutch can move forward and aft depending where the apex point is. And once you determine that, the wheel line comes off the wheel, goes through our wheel line holders, which are mounted to the taff rail, and go around the block, feed in through the clutch, which is spring loaded. And once you've chosen your course and you've trimmed your sails and the line is passing through and forth, then you just tighten down here. Those jaws will grab onto the line, and now the wind vane is activated and turning the trim tab. Simple as that. To make a course change a little bit, pull the wheel line a 1/4 inch either direction depending on what you need to do for trim, and that's it. If you want to tack, then you'll need to disengage the wheel line by simply backing off on this wing nut, which opens the jaws. You see that okay? And now the wind vane will still continue to work on the backstay, but it's not engaged to the lower unit trim tab. That's how that works. This is a stop collar. It keeps the rod from jumping out once it's in the right location. Keeps it from jumping out of the gudgeon. We talked about that on the first or the second movie, installing the lower unit. This is your Simrad TP10 auto helm holder. Basically it just sits on top of the taff rail, screws down, and allows you to put the bottom part of the auto helm peg into this receptor and holds it in place. Very simple, very strong. This is trim tab lockups. The width of this is the width of your rudder head, and all you're going to do is find a good location so it can pivot up and pivot down. You use a couple of number 10 round head screws, secure those, and that'll allow you to move this up and down off the rudder head. And this part here will fit, will slide right up and secures to the trim tab tiller arm. Oops. So a little more room there. Now, from this point, in order to make adjustments when you're not sailing but motoring around, let's say your boat is a little bit off balance and tends to veer one way or the other, you'll turn this which will in turn move the trim tab. This hasn't been secured yet, but it will be, and that's how that works. Those are the parts.